The first thing you should do when you arrive at Costco is find a manager or a merchant manager and find out exactly where they'd like the display set up and how they'd like it set up. They will then haul the display for you on a forklift to the location. Make sure that the area you're going to set your pallets up in is clean. Remove the plastic from each one of the pallets. You can use a box cutter knife, which is usually available from a Costco worker. You can also just use your fingers and tear the plastic and then remove it. Next, remove the piece of cardboard that is on top of the display. This will have a cone taped on the top of it so they won't stack things on top. Fold it up and then place it in the middle box of the center of each display. Remove the cardboard sleeve that covers the top part of the display. It's easier with two people to do this. The next thing is to remove, on one side of the pallet, remove all of the towers and make sure to carefully lift them out. Then you want to access the box in the middle. So go ahead and open up that box, and actually these items are all placed in the small pallet. So in the center box of the small pallet, you'll remove what we call the toppers. These are the signs that are going to be placed on top, one on top of each pallet. And each of the signs is exactly the same. So there's other things in there as well. There's samples of shirts and hangers, and this is also where you'll find the instructions to set up the show. So go ahead and remove all that. When you do have it removed and the box is empty, we would like you to place the protective sleeve that you slipped off the top. Go ahead and you're going to put that back into the center, and this can be folded. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to look pretty. It just has to slide back over the top of the display after you're done. So place that in the center of the display and fold up the box. Push it back into place. Then lift the towers carefully back into place. You'll find the setup instructions inside the envelope, which is inside the small box in the small pallet. Then you will use a pallet jack, which you'll borrow from Costco. They'll let you use one, and you'll move the pallets into their places. Costco is pretty picky about lining up things just right, so you'll have to be careful to put them exactly where Costco tells you. After a little while, you'll get used to maneuvering the pallet jack. When all of the pallets are in place and unwrapped, you're going to want to put up the toppers. So fold down the bottoms, as you can see, and just flip them upside down and place one of them on top of each tower. So the next thing you're going to want to do is pull one box of each style. It doesn't matter what color or size it is, just as long as you have one box of each style. You're going to want to take those to the front office in Costco, and there they'll print out price signs for you. These signs can be placed in some plastic sleeves, which are also provided by Costco, and then placed on the display on top of the skirt. Now place the countdown chart on the top of the display that face it towards the most traffic. You'll also find some sample shirts that came in your envelope. Get these sample shirts out, hang them on the hangers, and then hang the sample shirts over the tops of the toppers, as you can see. Hang one sample shirt on each topper. Try not to cover up the picture. That's about all there is to setting up the display. Now, as far as replenishing the display, there's overstock on the bottom shelf of every tower. If you'll remove the tower and then carefully remove the replenishment, and then you can place it on the shelves. Always make sure that the shelves are full, and then carefully place it back into the display. You'll frequently need to straighten up the display. Part of this is taking out the items, the boxes, and carefully tapping them. Turn them, so that the bottom is down, and tapping them. The purpose of this is to get the shirts to slide down to the bottom of the box. That way, when you put them back into the display, you can, see the shirts. They're at the bottom of the box. You can see the difference if they're not. Here's something we wanted to show you. It happens a lot. When you tip the tower up, the boxes can fall out. So you want to make sure to push those boxes back all the way into the towers. Otherwise, it'll damage the boxes if you try to fit it back in the display. One final idea is that you can place things underneath the topper pictures.